Hi. Let's talk about the horrors of Thanksgiving and the colonialism around it. I want to start off first by saying I don't care if you celebrate Thanksgiving, especially modern Thanksgiving, as usually it's just an excuse for most families to have a day off from the corporate grind of the system that they are under and eat food and watch a football game. And that's fine. If that's how you use it, I know that's how certainly my family uses it, because there is no saying grace around the table. It's, hey, come over, we can have turkey and ham, and that's it. But I just want to take this moment to educate on the true horrors of Thanksgiving and try and dismay the mythology around it. One, the idea that this was some important thing that was collaboration between Native American Indians and pilgrims, that they were collaborating together and that they were both okay with one another. They were like, we can both share this land, besides the fact that we killed a lot of people to get here, is fake. The Wampanoag people, I hope to God I'm saying that correctly, I'm very sorry. The myth is often attributed to for the first Thanksgiving, did so under extreme duress. They were not willingly doing so. Their population had been absolutely ravaged by European diseases and also pilgrims that were there that were constantly at conflict with one another. And this supposed Thanksgiving was not a feast. It wasn't even anything along the sorts. It was, if I remember correctly, the only thing that was there was a cooked bird and nuts, right? It was the bare minimum. It was literally like window dressing on a fucking table. Uh, and they did so under duress because they were left with no other options, right? It was either they did this and they went to total extinction. Um, Obviously, I am being having broad overgeneralizations to keep this video short, but and do go out and do your own research for these many things here because it is very fascinating. But they did come to these alliances to help mitigate any of the damages to be done. And even with this singular alliance in place that was then led to mythologize and then also continue narratives of the one with nature aspect of Native Americans, which to an extent was true. They were very people of the land, as many agrarian cultures are, especially that far back, because we have to remember the context of which the year 1621 was, right? This was only 100 and so years after the 1500s, right? Or the 1400s, where before then, there was things like, within the context, like 300 years ago for them, as to us, was the American Revolution. To them were things like the Crusades, which obviously wasn't widely like accessible knowledge and everything, like it was ingrained because of how education was, but it needs to be remembered that that was the time these people were living in. And Thanksgiving also has done nothing but continue to perpetrate narratives to gloss over the genocide of Native peoples, just in general, all across the board. Oftentimes we say platitudes being like, oh, this is we thank the Native Americans for this land. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. If you did, if anyone did, if the fucking president of the United States doing all this turkey shit, saying everything about the Native Americans and everything like that, reparations would have been given already, right? They wouldn't have to be living on reservations anymore. They wouldn't have to be doing all of this shit, right? After hundreds of years continuing to live on fucking reservations, right? And don't even get me started on the whole idea of, giving land back, because that's just a fucking trigger for people to be like, but where am I going to go? fucking nowhere, dude. The whole idea of giving land back is not you fucking suddenly leaving your home. That is a logistics nightmare. It is the idea of giving the land back and allowing these people to expand back into the land of which they originally inhabited, right? And if that so happens to where, the land that they are given back is also part of the community that you live on, it doesn't mean that they suddenly control that land. It just means that it is, in name and abstractly now, their land again. It is theirs. It is something of which they can freely roam, obviously. Not do whatever they want, but God, this might have to have its own entire video, but it is not just, oh, but where am I going to go? You're not going to go anywhere, especially not right away. God. The entire narrative of the holiday just glosses over the atrocities and everything that has to do with it. And for the most part, people don't realize that Thanksgiving never became popular, and the whole narrative of it being popular since 1621 isn't true. It was popularized by Lincoln in 1863. The entire reason why Thanksgiving was declared a national holiday in 1863 was because we were in the middle of the Civil War, and Lincoln was wanting to unite America together from North and South, the Union and the Confederacy. And instead of doing anything that was societal or any systemic changes, he was wanting to deliver platitudes and to try and reconnect the two together peacefully, right? While still having the South have slaves. It was nothing more than a narrative. It was nothing more than just a ploy and a grab at attempting to make a myth around Thanksgiving to try and have this idea of national unity, which just was not true at all. And let's not even get started on the consumerization and commodification of Thanksgiving, right? The idea of all of the different corporations being like, you need to buy this turkey, you need to buy this. This is the true American values. You need to have this on your plate and all of this other stuff. It serves nothing, right? If we wanted a traditional, like original 1863 or 1621 fucking Thanksgiving meal, you'd have a jungle fowl on the fucking table, not a turkey, which let's not even have to remind you the absolute uptick and the rapid, complete fucking murder of of turkeys that just wipes through places at these times, right? Millions of turkeys are killed who just end up going to waste because oftentimes people buy turkeys, make it, and then don't eat it all. Because people don't fucking like turkey. Especially the turkey that is there, like, it's not sliced deli turkey. It's not smoked or anything like that. It's just, there is people that deep fry it, but most people, the average American who doesn't do that and just pops it in the oven or other things like that, or God forbid, they get the little turkey shits and put it in the microwave. God, that is so sad. That is... Jesus, the amount of turkeys that die. At least with ham is a year-round thing and is used for many, many, many different holidays. But turkey is symbolically tied to the mythology of Thanksgiving. And then then there's the entire other side of that, where there's the exploitation of workers and supply chains, and also people in turkey farms, and you know me, that's that entire side, that entire discourse, that entire political ideology of like the mistreatment of workers. I don't even think I have to get into that because that right there, I would hope is obvious. That is right in front of you. Because at the end of the day, Thanksgiving is not about gratification or anything like thanking farmers, the working class, proletariat, all this other stuff, and like coming together in unity. No, it's just fucking about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, right? It's like, oh yeah, let's get, yeah, dude, let's let's get those, let's get. But yeah, that was my quick little tangent on everything that has to do with Thanksgiving. Again, you can go celebrate Thanksgiving. I like celebrating Thanksgiving not because of any of these myths or anything like that, but simply because it's a time and an excuse for people just to get off work, get away from the grind, get away from all that, come together and eat, drink, actually be merry until the conservative uncle comes over and starts spewing bullshit, right? And inevitably, you will start to dive into politics, which I mean, personally, I am well known for, obviously, right here is fact enough. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I have a Patreon down below. Go and support me, please, if you can. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.